The following is a Rural Roots Canada production. Springbank, Alberta's Don Ellingson speaks about his 1940 Massey Harris with pride, rattling off stats about the machine, which has been his for 20 years with no effort at all.
Back in 1940, you could buy this tractor for about $2,600, and to buy a comparable tractor, which is 36 horsepower, now would cost you $50,000 to $60,000. So, yeah.
Ellingson has never called himself a farmer. However, you wouldn't know it, given that he owns about 100 vintage tractors. So how did a man who never worked the land for a living get to be such a vintage tractor enthusiast?
I didn't grow up on a farm, so my grandfather was very involved in farming, and my grandfather started collecting tractors when I was a teenager, and then so I started collecting when I was in my 20s, and I have quite a large collection now.
Ellingson says it's not enough just to own these great machines. You have to share them with everyone.
Well, I have some at my home in Springbank, but I have a big, large Quonset building at the museum called Pioneer Acres at Irricana, and I have a building with most of my Massey tractors on display out there for everybody to come see.
He says tractor collecting isn't just in his blood, it's in the whole family's.
I have a brother that pulls, or two brothers that pull actually, and one brother on the farm equipment committee with us, a nephew that pulls, so we're quite a few Ellingsons involved.
You know that old saying, they don't make them like they used to? Well, according to Ellingson, that pretty much sums up vintage tractors.
No computer on this tractor for sure, and it has very basic ignition system and fuel system, and it was made for back in the day so the farmer could fix it himself. So it's very easy to maintain, and basically now I just have to put gas in it and go.
Ellingson says there is quite the tractor pulling and collecting community in Alberta.
Well, it's actually a fairly large community because we have tractor pulls from one end of the province to the other, and we start with tractor pulls in May, and they go pretty much every weekend through till October.
The biggest event of the year, of course, is the Calgary Stampede, an event that Ellingson helps organize. He says it's a big deal to compete here.
It's very exciting, and it's an invitational pull, so all the pullers have to be on the invitation list, and we have a lot of people that want to come, so we can only allow about 24 to 26 every year. So.
As for the reward that goes into the sport,
and we don't pull for big prize money. It's more for pride.
For Rural Roots Canada, I'm Erik Smith, getting to the stem and meat of agriculture. This has been a Rural Roots Canada production, covering the farming community since 2010.